If you don't like food, keep scrolling. But if you love eating like me, then you in the right place, baby. Every day we cook up new creations to stimulate our palate in a different way. And if you're not following, how are you going to keep up with this delicious food? Drop a follow, stick around, because we're always having fun out here. Just vibe with.
I can't talk right now. I'm doing fat ass shit. Fuck one plate I like to eat. The point of this song is that I like to eat.
Today we make meatball parmesan sliders better than any restaurant you've been to. You'll start out with some butter or brioche rolls and cut those in half. Spread some ricotta on the bottom layer of the bread. Then we're going to cover in meatballs, and if you'd like to save some time, you can use store-bought or you can make it from scratch. You can cook the meatballs in the marinara or just pour it on top along with some fresh basil, some grated parmesan, and then add your cheese. The next time I make this, I'm going to use some shredded mozzarella and provolone. Now for the best part, we're going to make our garlic and herb butter and spread that all over the top of the buns. Our last step is to pop it in the oven to bake at 350 Fahrenheit for 20 minutes. Sprinkle some more parm on top and enjoy!
I told y'all there's food at home. Let's make the best chicken noodle soup. It's so easy to do and your taste buds will beg for seconds. I season my chicken with adobo, Italian seasoning, and let it marinate for 30 minutes. Sear the chicken in a large pot with celery, carrots, garlic, onion, and sofrito. You could buy it from the store or make it at home. Some potatoes, sazon, chicken broth, and bay leaves. We don't skimp on the flavor in this soup. Let it simmer covered for 25 minutes. Add some thin egg noodles, corn, cook for 8 minutes, and you're done. Eat and enjoy. The full recipe is on my website with notes. there'sfoodathome.com.
Baked brie and a puff pastry with sugar cranberries, let's go. Does anyone else get nervous when they open their puff pastry? Spread it on a baking sheet and add our brie directly in the middle. Then we're going to take our 4 corners and fold them in. Once all edges are folded to the center, we're going to take an egg, crack into a bowl, and then we're going to brush the yolk all over the pastry dough. Then we're going to top with honey and almonds and bake at 350 for 20 minutes. Next, add water and sugar to a saucepan, stir it together until the sugar dissolves. Add in our cranberries and add them to a bowl, and we're going to coat them in some sugar. Then we're going to remove the brie from the oven. We're going to top it with our cranberry sauce and some more honey. Then we're going to cut it open, look at that cheese, and there you have it. Full recipe on my Insta and website. Enjoy.
I was just scrolling through YouTube and I came across a video for these strawberry donuts, and I've never wanted to eat anything more. So let's make them. I started out by rolling donut dough that I made yesterday. If you want the recipe, let me know. And then I cut it out and put it on a baking sheet and let it proof for an hour. Then I chopped up some of the most beautiful strawberries I've ever seen and put them in a bowl with some jelly. You can use whatever jelly you'd like, but it makes those strawberries super glossy. To make the glaze, you just mix 2 cups of sugar with a 1/4 cup of milk and a little bit of vanilla. After an hour, those donuts should be nice and puffy and you can fry them up. While they're still hot, dip them in the glaze. This smells insane. Then you can cut open your donuts and stuff them with that delicious strawberry mixture. This was the most fun part. It looks so satisfying and I was so excited to try them. There we have strawberry donuts that I've been craving. I was so happy with the way these turned out and these tasted immaculate. Be sure to follow me on Instagram and YouTube.
Hey everyone, it's Ariana, and today we're making the fan favorite tong hulu, which is this crunchy and delicious candied fruit snack that originated in China. It's so fun and easy to make. Today we're doing it with strawberries, so cut off the tops and add them to skewers. And then all you need to make the candy coating on the outside is a half a cup of sugar plus a fourth of a cup of water. You don't want to stir this mixture because that will cause the sugar to crystallize, so just give it a little swirl in the pan and then simmer it till it turns this light golden brown color, and then you can dip your strawberries in. I want to make this with more fruit, so let me know what I should try next.
If you don't like food, keep scrolling. But if you love eating like me, then you in the right place, baby. Every day we cook up new creations to stimulate our palate in a different way. And if you're not following, how are you going to keep up with this delicious food? Drop a follow, stick around, because we're always having fun out here. Just vibe.
My most requested recipe of 2020 are my healthy banana chocolate chip pancakes. Let's go. Mash a ripe banana in a bowl, crack 1 egg, and then we're gonna add in some egg whites and mix it together. Then we're gonna add in paleo and almond flour and mix it together with some cinnamon and monk fruit drops. Now we're gonna add in chocolate chips. I use vegan chocolate chips, mixed together again. Then we're gonna take a 1/4 cup of our batter, add it to a pan over medium heat, let it sit for 2 to 3 minutes per side, top it with some syrup, and there you have it. Full recipe on my Insta and website. Enjoy.
Today I'm going to show you guys how to make conchas, otherwise known as Mexican sweetbread. And to begin, you need a half a cup of warm milk, 3 teaspoons yeast, a half a cup of sugar, mix and set aside. In our mixer bowl attachment, we're going to add 3 2/4 cups of all-purpose flour, half teaspoon of salt, 1 stick room temperature butter, 1 egg and 1 egg white, 1 tablespoon vanilla extract, adding in our yeast mixture in last and kneading our dough for 10 minutes. Then you want to add your dough to an oiled bowl and you want to let it rest for 1 hour. While our dough is resting, we're going to make our topping. Added a half a cup of shortening, a half a cup of powdered sugar, 1 cup of flour, and combine all of the ingredients with my hand. Form your topping into a ball and set to the side. Now after 1 hour, add your dough to a floured surface. You want to make about 9 dough balls. Here I'm rubbing shortening on each one. Then I separated our topping into 9 balls as well. Flattened them gently and then I added them to the top of our conchas. I created the shell design with a butter knife. I brushed some shortening onto a baking sheet, covered them with a towel. You want to let them rest for another 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, you want to bake at 375 for 18 minutes. And you're done. Full written recipe will be on my Instagram.
Today we're making the easiest dessert ever. We're making 2-ingredient fudge. All you need is sweetened condensed milk and chocolate chips. Pour a bag of chocolate chips into a bowl. Add 1 can of sweetened condensed milk. Stir together. Microwave in 30-second increments until it's melted. After 30 seconds. After 2 minutes. Pour into a tray. Spread it out. Refrigerate till solid. Slice. Super easy, super delicious fudge. You gotta try that.
People tend to judge me a lot for my recipes. They say they aren't hard and that I am not an actual chef. Well, I know that. I'm a home cook and someone who's really passionate about food. Beyond that, I think they're misjudging me. My goal is to create recipes with everyday ingredients that are just a little bit different, that spice up your day. I mean, look at this. It looks delicious and it was so easy to make.
You must follow food TikTok. Knowing how to make food from a box is not good enough. Knowing how to order food online is not impressive. Come to food TikTok and I will show you how to cook such amazing food that your friends and family will be so impressed, and you'll always be showing off your amazing cooking skills.
Okay, so I get so many questions asking about these cake skulls, so I'm going to show you how I do them. So literally just take any cake you've got and crumble it up. And no, this isn't minced meat, we get it. And go ahead and add a few tablespoons of buttercream until you get that really sticky consistency. So I use these ice cream molds from Amazon and I roll the cake into a little poo ball, you know what I mean? And push it into the mold and just, like seal it. And just push the stick into it, and then when it's been frozen for like half an hour, you can just pull it out and it should be really solid. For melting the chocolate, this is the one that I use. So you want to take a tall cup and melt the pieces in about 15-second intervals. I also like to add some vegetable oil to help it set. And just go ahead and dip the cold cake in the chocolate and scrape it on the side of the cup. Make sure you scrape all of the excess chocolate before you put it down. And once it's fully set in the fridge, you can basically decorate it however you want.
This pot roast is so tender and juicy, but has a secret ingredient I know will have some of y'all bugging. My grandaunt gave me her sorority cookbook, and in it was a Coca-Cola pot roast, so I had to recreate my own version. I used only salt and pepper on the roast like the original recipe, but for the seasoning police, you can add as many different seasonings as you want. In a large pan, sear your roast on all sides, add some onions, celery, rosemary, thyme, and carrots. The full recipe can be found on my website, thereisfoodathome.com. Add 2.5 cups of cola. It won't taste like cola, it just tenderizes the meat. Google it. For more flavor, add 1 packet of French onion soup and enough water to almost cover the pot roast. Bring it to a boil, turn down the heat, and let simmer for 2.5 hours. Add in some potatoes and let simmer for an additional 30 minutes. By now, it should be juicy and tender. I love making pot roast because they're pretty easy and hands off. I told y'all there's food at home.
15-minute pizza from scratch. Mix together all of the dry ingredients on the screen, then the wet ingredients. Slowly add in until you get a dough-like texture. Roll it out into a pizza crust and add your favorite toppings. Bake and enjoy.
Hey everyone, it's Ariana, and today we're making the most unbelievably delicious dulce de leche or caramel molten lava cake that's actually way easier than it looks to make. To your bowl, add a can of dulce de leche, which you can find in the baking or world food aisle of most grocery stores, and then crack in 2 eggs and 2 egg yolks. Save your egg whites for breakfast or something tomorrow, and then add in a 1/2 cup of melted butter, 1/4 cup of flour, a sprinkle of cinnamon, and a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Then whisk your batter up until it's nice and smooth. I hope you guys know how much I love you. Next, you're gonna want to butter, flour, and tap out 4 to 6 ramekins. You can also use a cupcake pan like I did, and then pour in your batter to the tippy top. Bake at 425 for 10 minutes, and then super carefully run your knife around to pull them out. Top with powdered sugar or whatever else you like, and that's it, guys. You have to try this recipe. I can't even put into words how good it is. Let me know what I should make next, and check out the full recipe on my Instagram, where I'm replying to all my followers' comments.